My name is Joshua Pivot. I facilitate, I lead the country office for AVODA Group, Uganda. I facilitate marketing, marketing and sales, but also ideation. The entrepreneurs at AVODA are at around 3 or 4 stages. There are those who are really, really inspired, and they're just saying, you know what, I hope that through the process of learning, I can be able to get ideas and get a business idea that I can be able to make something of. And then there are those who have been in the business for 2 to 3 years, and they have realized that, you know what, their inspiration is starting to wear off. And they realized I need something better. I need sustaining power, sustaining strength. And then there are those who have been in the business for a while, but they realize that they do not have the right systems. They are stagnant. They need a kickstart, so to say. They need something to jumpstart them. So about 3 to 4 categories. And then the last group are just people who are attending they are more intrapreneurs. They're attending the program because of their organizations, and their organizations want them to start something within the company, within their organization, something new, or redirect a process, or start a startup for their organization. So those 4 groups are usually in our entrepreneurship program. And when it reaches the ideation part, that's when we take them out to actually see real life businesses, so that if they don't have any business ideas, they can be inspired by local business cases, local business ideas. Because again, they fall into the same trap, right? They're looking at Silicon Valley and they're saying, I need to be the next Zuckerberg or something. I need to be the next someone. But we take them in the field so that they can be able to see real life business cases in this context that are successful. So and then during some of the class sessions, we invite both entrepreneurs who have succeeded and those who have failed, and those who are actually succeeding. I think Inge was actually part of this conversation, so that they get to hear what it takes to succeed, to fail, and so on and so on. But one of the things we did during the ideation course is that, it's usually a heavy day, because after moving to about 2 to 3 businesses, no one wants to hear a lecture again about ideation. So that's where the Playground for Entrepreneurs tool is very, very important. And that's where we did it. After one of those hard days, we're like, we're actually going to have class, but it's going to be a different kind of class. You guys are going to lead the class. No one is going to be up here facilitating. You guys are going to lead the class. And so, at the beginning, because everyone was tired and it was evening, everyone was kind of gloomy, and it was moody, until people started asking themselves questions, until the game started. And then it became lively and fun. Typically, some of the questions, if an instructor asked them, it would never be clear. The entrepreneur would stutter, and the entrepreneur would feel like, the instructor, entrepreneur side, it's kind of judgmental, like, why would you want to know that details? But when a peer is asking the question, when it's a game, when it's asked in a relaxed environment, when it's fun, it's easier to poke into people's ideas and even challenge those ideas, because they're confronted by people whom they know. Oh, so-and-so is hustling. So they're not asking from a critical point of view. So-and-so is also starting. They're not asking from a critical point of view. I'm going to ask them back. which sets a different tone when they're talking to the instructor. You should understand in the African culture, the instructor is a know-it-all person. They're the ones supposed to teach. And the entrepreneur can generally shouldn't give feedback. But this breaks down that structure. The game breaks down that structure, and it creates a place where there are peers. Even if the instructor is there and playing, it creates a place where there are peers and where everyone can ask and respond to a question. And that's fun. That's fun. So at the end of the session, everyone was relaxed and chilled out. The questions actually continued to the elevator. Some of the ones who were taking the stairs were still discussing the questions. They were still challenging themselves, and it continued. Even when the game wasn't there, the questions were there, and it continued for a few more days. Now, the next day they were going to another ideation trip. They went with the questions in mind. They could ask the business leaders and the business owners more targeted questions and the questions they were asking themselves. So it was fun. The playground for entrepreneurial tool is an amazing tool.